Hello developers, today I want to talk about one huge mistake I see a lot of self-taught developers make when learning how to code. Before I get into it, if you don't know who I am, my name is Alex and I'm the creator of the TechRally channel. And this is a channel dedicated to talk about coding, life as a developer, and to help aspiring developers break into this space. If this is something that you'd be interested in, I highly recommend you to hit that like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on anything I post. Did you know that according to a study done by Microsoft, the average human attention span is 8 seconds? This is a sharp decrease from 12 seconds back in 2000. I'm not surprised by this, especially with Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. Companies are competing for your attention. I have to admit myself that sometimes I spend hours and hours just swiping through my newsfeed and then suddenly half my day is gone. This is pretty crazy to think about, and it got me also thinking about how does this relate to learning how to code. In my opinion, this shows me that in general, as humans, we have become a lot less patient in our studying process. Even when we read documentation or watch videos, we don't bother to comprehend and truly understand it. And number 3, we're programmed, no pun intended, to do everything at an ultra fast, high pace. I've talked about these strategies and pitfalls before, and other YouTubers have definitely mentioned it as well. But it's good to know why we make those mistakes, and it really boils down to lack of patience. The first obvious place where I see a lack of patience is through coding tutorials. You'll buy a stack full of courses on Udemy, take the course, finish the course, do another one, finish the course, do another one, finish the course. And after you finish like 5 of them, you find yourself that you can't even build your application. The reason why tutorials give us this false sense of confidence is that because it never allows you to think of your own way to solve the problems. If you've only been using tutorials, you're going to feel like you're wasting time researching and trying to debug, but that's the wrong way to think about it. Even if you gave yourself 2 hours to code that day, and you spent all 2 hours trying to debug a simple feature, to me, that experience is way more valuable than spending 2 hours on a tutorial, and I'll tell you why. It's because when you work in a professional environment as a software developer, no one is going to be holding your hand. Struggling and solving your own problems is a type of experience that you need. As a software developer, you're not a code memorizer, but a problem solver. All the past stuff that you had to deal with in terms of debugging and trying to understand this error is actually experience that you're gaining. So next time when you do run into a similar issue or something that might have been in your realm maybe 2 months ago, you can kind of go back to your experience and be like, how did I solve this problem last time? And how do I go about applying what I knew from the past to my current situation? There is no easy path like a coding tutorial provides when you're on your own. So be patient with your coding journey. Don't compare long hours spent debugging to, oh man, I could have totally built a sample application using a tutorial. It just doesn't compare. Another example where I see a lack of patience when learning how to code is looking up solutions before spending an appropriate time solving the problem. This kind of relates to the tutorial idea, but if you spend time doing coding problems or algorithms, you might be tempted to just look up the solutions before making an effort to figure out yourself. We as people naturally gravitate towards immediate satisfaction. We don't like to struggle. Just show me the solution, right? It's not specific to coding. I did that in high school, college, whatnot. It's a really bad habit, and if you are studying part-time, you might feel like you need to optimize your learning by looking up the solutions and understanding it later, but you have to stop doing that. When you get your chance to interview at a company, they're going to challenge you and test you on your coding skills. You're going to have to train your brain to struggle to figure out how to solve complex problems. If your first inclination is to always look up solutions, you're doing yourself a disservice because by the time you get an interview with a company, you are not going to be prepared. So just to summarize, be patient with your coding journey. Embrace the struggle because that actually makes you a better software developer. Quickly looking at solutions or watching hours and hours of tutorials will not make you a software developer. Trust me, companies are not looking for code memorizers. They're looking for people that can have the ability to solve complex problems, so code with that mentality. I really want to emphasize that although tutorials are great and a good way to start off, you eventually need to be able to walk on your own 2 feet and solve complex problems on your own. If I had to compare learning how to code and its relationship to tutorials, it's like riding a bike. Remember when you first start off, you have those training wheels just to maintain your stability, and you feel safe. You feel like I'll never fall. But once you transition into the two-wheeler, you realize you have to maintain your body and you have to maintain your balance to get that cycling going. It's the same concept. Tutorials are great for you to just start off, build that foundation, and give you that false sense of security. But eventually you need to get to a point where you need to adapt and learn yourself. I really hope that this was helpful for you, and if it was, please hit that like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I always love seeing your comments and answering them. Either way, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.